everyone. This is Kais at the 7 Football, and my name is MIGS, and we have FPL Rich, and this is we're back for another game week 6, and this week we're gonna be going over, we're gonna be doing our wild card, and then we're gonna just be going over what we did for our points, and then yeah, mainly just going over our wild card, our team selection. So please join us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it.
So let's go into my game week 5 review in terms of points. I did manage to score 62 with some of my star players being Henderson finally managed to keep a clean sheet up against Manchester United, ending in a 0-0 draw. Henderson did perform pretty well within that game. I think he managed to get a good amount of saves, so that's why he scored very high. Now moving on to some of the other players, I have Palmer, Cole Palmer and Smith Rowe. Both of these two players, I do believe, managed to score a goal within the respective game. And overall, pretty much no one else performed very well, up except for Holland. Of course, he did manage to score 9 points. He did get the 3 bonus points, so that's very good. Up against that Arsenal game where he did manage to score a goal. And overall, my team is looking pretty bad overall. De Bruyne didn't play any minutes, and my bench is looking like it needs fixing very bad. So yeah, my new rank is still my new rank has only gone up pretty much like 40k. So it's not a major difference, but we're now heading into our wild card. So that's definitely something that to look forward to.
Now going on to what I did for game week 5, and we did also very bad. It's been going on for like the last 3 fixtures now, but we did 60 points. We did go up a little bit up in rank. We're still in the 3 millions. Also had Henderson with that clean sheet, and Mohamed Salah not getting a goal in that win against Bournemouth, 3-0. And then Palmer did score 8 points, and then I did have my captaincy on Salah, but wasn't able to get anything back. And then Rogers did very well. He did get 2 assists, and then Holland did get a goal. I did bring in Vardy very late for Muniz, but he didn't end up producing much. And then my bench, I had Kwanzaa and Diego Jota. Diego Jota did not play, but definitely for the last 2 or 3 fixtures now, I've been really struggling with the points. So I'm very excited for this wild card, and we're gonna take the most advantage of it. Definitely.
Okay, so as we spoke, we are going to go over our wild cards. So me first, I would be going to. So I do have my wild card active. And so yeah, let's first go into the goalkeepers. I do have Raya and Fabianski. In terms of Raya, I wasn't able to capitalize in terms of his price rise, but he is definitely going to be my guaranteed goalkeeper for the wild card. Given Arsenal's kind of exceptional defense, Raya will probably be my main goalkeeper for the rest of the season. But yeah, of course, a bit unfortunate I didn't capitalize on his price rise. But yeah, 5.6 goalkeeper. Now moving on to my defense. So I do have Aina, Gabriel, Fuez, Greaves, and Kanate. In terms of Aina, starting off the season strong, Forest have definitely proven themselves to be a decent defense, kind of given their circumstances. And Aina kind of takes the best for me. Aina's the best 4.5 kind of option. He does take that spot over Robinson, which was in my squad. And now moving on to Faiz and Greaves. By far, these two have proven to be the best enabler for the cheapest enabler for 4 million options. So I definitely earn a spot within the wild card and a definitely way better option over what I initially had over on the bench, which was Barco. So yeah, definitely gonna probably these two are probably gonna be with my bench, but overall they're the best 4 million options. Now moving on to Gabriel. Within this wild card, I definitely want to kind of move into that double Arsenal defense. As I spoke before, Arsenal do probably have one of the best defenses in Europe. So definitely wanted to capitalize on that double Arsenal defense, and with Gabriel as well. He's been scoring goals, and he's also been beating he's the best. He's the best scoring option, beating. He's even beating Trent in terms of points right now. So lastly, let's move on to the last option I do have here is Kanate coming in at 5.1 million. Kanate to me, I think is one of those is that wild card player or wild card draft player that I might be this might be the first player I might have to reconsider in terms of whether I'm gonna go with him or not. But right now I am gonna be sticking with Kanate. So now moving on to my midfielders. I do have Rogers, Saka, Mo Salah, and Embuemo and Winks. In terms of Rogers, Rogers does make his move into my squad, taking the place over Smith Rowe, mainly for the fact that Rogers has proven himself to be the best 5 million midfielder enabling option, and it also enables me to kind of spend uh, some of those uh, some of those millions elsewhere. Now moving on to Saka, I do have Saka within this wild card. I will be tripling up on Arsenal assets, with Saka being the last Arsenal option. Saka does take the spot over Cole Palmer, which I did have in my squad. Given that the next three fixtures for me, I think Arsenal, given that the next three fixtures for me, I do believe Saka will be outscoring Cole Palmer. So now moving on to one of the big midfield options, which is Mo Salah. Mo Salah does come within my squad for this wild card. I think I have seen most people have leaned away from Mo Salah, that Mo Salah and Holland draft specifically. But for me, right now, there's no midfielder that has really proven to me to make that switch off Mo Salah. I guess apart from another Liverpool option known as Luis Diaz. Diaz has been in great form, but for me, I just think he's on the same boat as Jota, where his minutes are going to be lacking. So Salah does earn a spot within the wild card for me. Now moving on to Embuemo. Embuemo kind of does speak for himself. He is on great form, and he does take that spot over a struggling Gordon, which Newcastle has not been performing the best starting off the season. So yeah, a pretty easy pick. And Buemo over Gordon. And my last pick is Winks, kind of the best cheap 4.5 enabler. So Winks does go in my wild card as well. Now let's move on to the strikers. First on our list, we do have Calvert Lewin within that 6 million option. Calvert Lewin does take the first spot over Havertz, that I did have Havertz, mainly for the fact that Everton's upcoming fixtures seem too good to pass up on, especially for an Everton asset just like Calvert Lewin. So yeah, that's why he's on my squad. Now moving on to João Pedro. I am gonna be keeping João Pedro. He has gone down in price, I do believe, since this. So he's 5.6 in terms of 5.7. But for me, if João Pedro does continue to be within that squad of Brighton, hopefully he does. I will be looking at the news, but for right now, he's in my wild card, unless something comes up where Brian do kind of announce that João Pedro will be out. But yeah, as of right now, he's within my squad. Now moving on to the last pick, which is Holland. Of course, I can't really build this squad without or a wild card draft without that Holland pick. For me, I think he's been the best performing player within the season as of currently, and I just think for me, I'm gonna go with that Holland solid draft. I just think these two players are the best options, and no one else has proven else. No one else has proven to be a better option over that Holland and Salah draft. So that's my full draft. Now let's move on to my team selection and how I'm going to be lining up for game week 6. So I'll be lining up with a 3-4-3. I do have 0.3 in the bank. I do have Raya in goal up against Leicester at home fixture. Kanate, Gabriel, and Aina as my back three. Saka, and Embuemo, Rogers, and Mo Salah. In my midfield, João Pedro, Calvert-Lewin, and Holland in my front three. And I do have my captaincy on Holland with my vice captaincy as of right now being on Saka. But yeah, I think overall with his current form, I cannot captain anyone else but Holland. So now let's move on to Miggs's wildcard draft.
All right, so now going on to my transfer plan. I will also be activating my wild card. I have already activated it, and I'm really excited. Let's start off first in goal. I have Flecken and Fabianski, and the reason I went with I guess Flecken here is going to be mainly my starting goalie. He does have really good fixtures. The next eight, I believe, the next five out of those 8 games, next 8 games, he does have five good fixtures, five of which are going to be at home, and then six which are going to be against some of the lower end teams. So I think this is a really good opportunity to get some good wins in there and some good points. Fabianski, I do have a 4.0 goalkeeper. As you will see, I'm just trying to alleviate as much money so I could get some other players elsewhere. Now going on to my defense, we have Gabriel, Keane, Greaves, Alexander Arnold, and Maserati. And as you could see, I think my overall what I'm trying to accomplish with this wild card is just having a overall well-rounded team. First, I have Gabriel, which scored his last game. He did one of the top scoring defenders in fantasy right now. And Keane, he does have some good fixtures. Greaves as well. And then I have Alexander Arnold, who I believe has been a really, really good threat up in the attacking end of things. He does have increasing minutes as of late, and I believe he's due up for a goal soon. So also have Maserati from Manchester United, who already has 3 clean sheets, and like I said, I'm hoping with these defenders, I'm just gonna be able to like inter swap whoever has the best fixtures. I'm gonna be able to just pick throughout, and then going on to my midfield, I have Saka, Embuemo, Cole Palmer, Winks, and then Luis Diaz. And starting off with Saka, I think this is a player we must have on those of us that are doing the wild card. He does have a really good fixture, and as of late, I think last game he did get subbed out pretty early for Arsenal against Man City because of red card that Arsenal got. But I think this fixture, I think they have 2 good fixtures coming up. But overall, I think Saka is just a player that, as you could see, with also another theme in my team is just having players that are very key players in their team. And going on with another player is Embuemo. With Ivan Toney being out of Brentford, I think this is another key player, another penalty taker along with Saka and Embuemo. Another key player to have if you're wild carding. He already has 4 goals. Unfortunately, he hasn't been much of an assist guy, but we'll take the goals. And then going on to Cole Palmer, I think this is where most of my money is, I guess, going. Some might say that it could be like used elsewhere a little bit better, but I really like Cole Palmer as well, as he is a player, another main man of his team. He is a penalty taker. Already has 4 assists and 2 goals. And up against this Brighton team at home, I do think he has a really good chance of scoring big this game week. And just overall with my team, another key point is what I'm doing here is I'm just looking forward players that in which I could keep for a long period of time, not thinking of maybe racking up some free transfers. So when I do need them, I could just use them. But going on to another player that I've actually had before and I'm going to be keeping is Winks. He does have some good fixtures as well, so I could maybe use him interchangeably some game weeks. And then lastly, we do have Luis Diaz. As I don't have Mohamed Salah, I did have him before. These last 2 game weeks, he did let me down a little bit. And just this player, Luis Diaz, has been on fire as of late. So I'm hoping to at least be getting close to what Salah is getting in points. And maybe even matching Salah, but I know it's gonna be tough. This is probably gonna be a player that I'm gonna be holding on for like 3 to 4 game weeks. I believe they do have good fixtures these next 2 fixtures, but then they do have, I believe, in game week 8 they have Chelsea, and then they have Liverpool or Arsenal. Not exactly sure, but I'm gonna be probably transferring him out around that time. I know his minutes are a little bit limited. That he's fighting for minutes, but just as long as he's able to withhold with the points that Salah is making, and then just as long as my other players are contributing as well. Now going on to my strikers, as you will see, it is a little bit on the weaker side, as we do have Joao Pedro, Holland, and Stewart from Southampton. But Joao Pedro is a player that I do like, as he is like another key player in his team. Last game, he had some minutes coming off of that game week 4 in which he didn't play, and his team actually didn't get much that game week. And I do think this is a key player in his team. So I think this is a player in which, if you have him, is a player to maybe even keep, because he is a good player and he does contribute to his team. And he possibly even is another penalty taker for his team. Holland, of course, building my team around Holland. And then Stewart, as some of my, probably not gonna be playing much Stewart, but my team is, I'm just hoping to build a more well rounded team. I'm still looking at some other options, but I might be making another move late into to the to the deadline. But as of now, this is my team. Now going on to my game week 6 lineup, we do have a 4-4-2, and with my all of my transfers, I still do have 0.3 million in the bank, and in goal, my main goalie Flecken, and then my defense of 4: Maserati, Alexander Arnold, Gabriel, Keane, and then we have midfield of Luis Diaz, Cole Palmer, Embuemo, Saka, Joao Pedro, and Holland. Some things to point out here. My captaincy is on Saka. I might be changing it back. I know I've already made some minor errors with the captaincy. I know I don't. We shouldn't be betting against Holland, but Saka does really have a good fixture. So as of right now, it's on Saka. Everyone else, I'm expecting to score big. Uh, Keane is in my lineup, up against Crystal Palace at home. And then my bench with Fabianski, Winks, Greaves, and Stewart. And just going on, I think everyone, I'm expecting, of course, big points from my midfield, Holland, and then my defense and Gabriel with that clean sheet, and Alexander Arnold with some big attacking returns. It's going to be a little bit tougher for Maserati and for Keane, and also Joao Pedro going up against Chelsea. But I think with what I'm just overseeing with this team is I'm gonna have to be playing that Winks, that Greaves. I know it's a little weaker defensive team. Or I mean, a weaker bench team, but they do some of these like Greaves does have some good fixtures. Winks has some good fixtures, and then Stewart does have increasing minutes. So as of right now, this is my lineup. Like I said, I might be doing some late transfers still. I'm still weighing all of my options, of course, but this is my team and my lineup.
And that is all that we have for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys all next week for Game Week 6. But comment down below, who do you think has a better Game Week 6 wildcard draft, or maybe some transfer tips